Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 20th. We're just going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. You have this card that says the end of a tough cycle is finally approaching, so definitely could be kind of stepping into a new cycle here. And sorry, this deck is all messed up. I don't read reversals, so I'm just going to flip those around. But you have the Empress, the Page of Pentacles, the World, and the Five of Pentacles. The World would literally represent the end of a cycle, and sometimes I feel when we get like something like this, the Five of Pentacles, that we just need to realize that the cycle has ended. So, I think sometimes we choose to, kind of stay stuck in the mud a little bit, and I feel this is saying that you don't have to, stay stuck in the mud. It's almost as if there was like something. It's like I don't really have I wish I had a better example of something to give you. It's almost like you're kind of, imagine if it was like, pouring rain outside and you're inside a house where you can't hear or see anything on the outside. It's like the rain has stopped, but you don't know that it has stopped because you're not going outside, right? And so it's kind of like a weird image that I'm getting in my head, but I almost feel that this reading is like encouraging you to get outside. Maybe not literally, but again, maybe, this could be any area of your life. Maybe you're afraid of relationships. Maybe you're afraid of business. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be like you're afraid of improving your health as well. But again, I feel like the rain has stopped, but you just can't see or hear it, that it has stopped. So I kind of feel like this reading is at least encouraging you to open the door. The Empress would say, number one, if you want love, you're very attractive at this time. Even if you don't want love, this could just be a lot of abundance. The Page of Pentacles is about like learning something new. And the Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. It's a card of like needing to learn something. And then when we go like this, you have the Five Wands to the Two Wands. The Five Wands, I always say that those people, they're learning how to fight. They are not just fighting just because. They're actually learning how to fight. And so for a lot of you, it's like you might be, there might be like a new work or business opportunity, or again, you might be stepping outside. But I feel like that Five Wands is encouraging you to take the risk and also encouraging you to learn about it. And Two Wands would encourage you to leave a comfort zone, basically. Two Wands, he's normally standing at the top of a castle, and, he's standing where he has always been. There's something more. He has the whole world in his hands, and you have the world right here. So I would say that a lot of you, again, you could be like just needing to see that it's no longer raining. Like I said, that's the best way I could put it. I'm kind of surprised the Three of Swords hasn't shown up here, because the whole raining thing, it's raining on the Three of Swords, and it's kind of popping into my head here. Again, I'm not saying it has to be a heartbreak either. I'm not even like picking up on really anything here, Virgo. It could be anything in your life, but it's like you could be allowing some fears to hold you back. You do have the Queen of Swords and King of Swords here. You do have a lot of love stuff in this reading. So for some of you, it's kind of interesting because I see this as new love, and I don't usually like the King and Queen of Swords. Having said that, I'm pretty sure in your last couple readings and also in this reading, I feel like you could be attracting a person who maybe has like a similar story, or, maybe they've had similar traumas in relationships or whatever. And like, obviously someone's going to have to open up here. You have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles very specifically says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. This goes for everything in your life. I think it's super important that we pay attention to all the good opportunities that are around us. I literally did a reading the other day where I said something about abundance, and a person left a comment saying like, how can you talk about abundance when two banks collapsed? I'm like, okay, the banks collapsed, but crypto went up. And I'm not suggesting that you invest in crypto or anything like that, but I'm just saying there's a perfect example of abundance, and there are many more. So again, it's funny that person left that comment because, again, I'm not criticizing that person. Every time I bring up an example, people are always like, ignore the comments. Like, people, please, I'm just trying to prove a point here. I'm trying to give an example. I'm not talking about the comment itself. So there you go. But what I would say is it's interesting because, again, I think we're entering into two worlds where it's like you can choose to focus on all the collapses. There will be more, there will be bigger, there will be worse. Or you can focus on the opportunities that might be a little bit unusual, like crypto or starting your guinea pig farm or like whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care what it is. But it's like if you're focusing on those opportunities, that's what you're going to get. Again, and it's raining on this card. How did I not see that? It is raining on this card and he's stuck inside under this mushroom. But again, it's like an illusion. So, again, I feel like for the people that are looking for the opportunities, you're going to see the opportunities. But if you're focusing on all the collapses, like I said, that are going to happen, I guarantee you there will be more and worse, then that's what you're going to experience. But this also goes for like love. If all you're focusing on is people who cheat, you're just going to attract people who cheat and like all that other stuff. So, don't do that. With the Empress and the Page of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card. I feel like you're waking up to something here. And it's probably a new opportunity with the Page of Pentacles. So I do feel there's like a new opportunity coming in for you. With the World, you have the Five of Cups. I knew that there would be like more fives showing up here. A lot of people, I'm barely halfway through these readings for this week, and I don't know, just kind of like intuitively, I kind of feel it's like a Five of Cups week where we all need to turn around. Like I just said, it's like you can focus on the collapses or you can focus on the things that are going up. And again, I'm not saying those things won't go down. And also do your research. Again, there has never been a time where you can make so much money, I think, but also there has never been a time where you can lose so much money. So don't just be like investing in, something that your cousin recommends you without doing any research or, anything like that. Again, we need to pay attention, very close attention to the things that we're investing in, to the things that we're giving our energy to as well. This doesn't even have to do with money. This could be like if you're investing in a person and they're constantly, going to the club every night and saying, I'm not talking to anyone, and they're coming home at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, then it's your own fault if you get cheated on. And again, sorry, people are just like, how dare you say that? And I'm like, well, I don't know, pull your head out of your butt, right? It's like that, the thing, I think what I'm trying to say here, and the nicer Chris, that was Steve talking, the nicer Chris would say that, basically I think the things that are going to work are going to be obvious in life, the things that we're giving energy to. But I also think there's an element of illusion, Neptune and Pisces, where it's like we could get into some weird situation with a person or an investment where we just keep thinking like, oh, if I throw more money at it, it's going to go up. It's kind of like that whole gambling thing. But I'm not even talking about just money. I'm talking about everything where it's like the sunk cost fallacy. You put so much in and you think, oh, I'm going to make it back, but you're not. So again, make sure you're following the evidence. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. It's like once you start working on the things that are working in your life, then you're going to start seeing major results. Sometimes I look at the Eight of Pentacles as a card of, kind of like personal development because it's a card of mastery, but he might be mastering himself. So if you're doing any personal development work, any healing work, any of that, I feel like you'll see results. I also think that when you're working on the right things, not the wrong things, you're going to see results much faster. Next, you have this Peer card. This is coming up in the unexpected, and it says, you decide, the choice is yours. So I do feel like there is a choice for you here. It could be about a disappointment. It is. I kind of find it interesting here, Virgo, that you have this Five of Cups and this Five of Cups. All the cups have spilt over on this Five of Cups. By the way, you have 555 here, so that could be an important number for you. But all the cups on the, this is the Wheel of the Year Tarot, have spilt over. But again, the Five of Cups is meant to represent like turning around, looking at an opportunity. But again, you could be so disappointed in past opportunities that you're not even seeing that there's an opportunity. And again, especially in love, some of you, again, I feel like there's a big love opportunity, but either, I kind of feel that someone has to clearly open up here with the Five of Wands. I would also be careful of entering into relationships that are more competitive. It's like, I don't know, like what it is. It's like I feel like modern day relationships, it's like people enter into them like trying to compete for something that might not even, who the hell knows what, right? So I'm not saying that if you enter into a relationship and if you notice that the person is like trying to win or trying to dominate the situation, I'm not suggesting that you leave the situation, especially if it's a good person. But what I am suggesting is that maybe you open up and you say to this person like, hey, why are you, trying to dominate the relationship, or why are you being controlling, or whatever? I think that we should call these things out. We shouldn't just let them, fester, because that's how you create like these big explosive breakups and stuff like that, right? So I kind of feel like it's saying be open and straightforward, but I also feel that like something is about to break here. And I kind of feel like that's in a good way. It's like maybe you have a friend that is interested in you, or maybe you're interested in a friend. It's like both people are being quiet, maybe because of past hurts, but I feel like someone's about to open up here. And again, I kind of feel like this is why. You have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, she finally sees things clearly for the first time. So again, if this is a person, I feel like either you or this person finally sees that you could be a really good person to date, for example, and that could be bringing love. For those of you making changes in work or business, by the way, really good is what I would say here. Going this direction, you have the Ten of Cups. And you also have this key card that says locked doors can now be open. And what I am getting intuitively for those of you, again, in work or business, is that there could be something you're dreaming of. The Ten of Cups can be a dream because it's like, the Ten of Cups exists over their heads, the people on the Ten of Cups. And it's like kind of something they might be imagining is real, but maybe it isn't. And again, I also feel that you could be trying something again that you've done before in work or business, where it's like maybe you're trying to market the business or do something that you've done before. Like I said, maybe you're trying to start a podcast. I feel like it has something to do with like either a dream, something you've been dreaming of being possible, or it could have to do with promotion as well, is really what I'm getting. Ten of Cups is a lot of people. Like if we look at it outside of love, it can represent like a following, your community, a lot of people. And you have the Three of Cups as well, which is also a card of your community. So, I'm a big fan of building communities. Obviously, I am building a community. Join Winning Pond down below, by the way. And it's completely free. But I'm obviously a big fan of doing this right now just because of the astrology. So, as I always say, just like I tell people all the time, if you follow me and you just like copy what I'm doing basically for yourself, then you'll probably be successful because I do everything that the astrology is telling me to do, right? And other things as well, and my intuition and everything else. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but it seems to be working for me. So, what I would say here is build the following if you are doing that. With the Five of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you just need to see that something else is possible. It's like Seven of Pentacles is, my card of is the juice worth the squeeze, but sometimes I think we just need to look at what we learned from a situation. The guy on the Seven of Pentacles, he's normally looking at those seven pentacles. He's got the one pentacle under his arm. To me, it kind of says like, he's like, okay, I'm going to leave these six pentacles behind, but I'm going to take this one pentacle with me forward, which is that pentacle could represent his knowledge or his wisdom. It's like whatever he was learning, he experienced in the past. So I feel like this is saying like you've learned from the past in love or business, whatever it is. And I feel like that's what this reading is mostly talking about. Could also be like a family thing as well. And the Seven of Pentacles is saying, like, take forward the knowledge. The King of Swords is also saying, take forward the knowledge, the things that you learned, but also realize that you're entering into new situations. Remember, I said new world, and you have this card that says the end of a tough cycle is approaching. There you go. With the Five of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Your heart will never steer you wrong, is what I would say, especially right now. Pluto in Aquarius does have a focus on making sure that we're doing things that kind of are more heart-based in a certain way. This is Chris's crappy astrology, not accurate astrology, but I would definitely be listening to what your heart says, not like what people in your life say. That doesn't mean you shouldn't again, I like to, sometimes people take it to the extremes with the things I'm saying. And if you're doing that, don't watch me. Number one, let's get that straight, right? It's like you should be taking everything I say with a grain of salt. Also, what I would say is that you should be taking it in kind of like applying it to your situation on, like I said, a very small level. So, what I would say here is that, I don't remember where I was going with that, but yeah, so, with the heart-based thing with Pluto and Aquarius, it's like we need to kind of listen to other people, but we also need to apply the information for ourselves. So, it's like if someone tells us something, maybe we can take what they say into account, but we shouldn't allow that to be the only form of guidance, right? And so, that's what I would do with the Queen of Cups. Like, give your heart just a little bit more weight compared to what other people say. Are you freaking kidding me? With the Queen of Swords, are you like, look at this right here. Look at that. A heart on the Justice card on that side, and how, it's like weighing against the feather, which is, kind of like the mythology of getting into heaven. But, I kind of feel like this is saying, give your heart just a little bit more. And it's funny that there's a feather because you have that Queen of Swords, which would be air. The feather would be air as well. This card would be an air sign, of course, but it's kind of like I feel like you have to weigh the two things out, or kind of like give your heart just a little bit extra, if you're using your logic, your wisdom. I'm not saying don't use those things. I'm just saying use both, right? I think that's probably best. Next, for what you need to hear right now, you have this square, semi-square, quincunx card, and it says tension on it. I feel like this could be a good type of tension. You have the Two of Cups here, Three of Cups, and Two of Wands. It's like someone has to make a move if this is a love situation. Two of Wands. I think both people in this situation are just staying stuck in their comfort zone. So, whatever. This could be like, one of those situations where it's like everybody knows that you're attracted to someone and everybody knows that that person is attracted to you, but apparently you two have no clue that you're interested in each other. Like, those situations where it's like everybody knows that two friends are totally want to hook up, but they don't. And everybody knows it except for those two people. It's like, that's what I'm getting here. So, if you're interested in a friend, especially if it's popping into my head as a friend that that you've spent time with apparently, then I would go for it. I would shoot your shot. And again, it could just be a person, like a new person that you're meeting as well. But I feel like there will be a lot of tension. You have the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Wands. I also feel that for those of you in work in business, again, it's like, are you I would say, are you 100% happy? Are you like really, really happy with what you're doing? I don't think it's possible to be like 100% happy with what you're doing. It's like, but for the most part, are you, like a majority of the time, are you happy or are you completely miserable? I feel like there could be tension in work because maybe you're not doing things that you want to be doing. It's like if you're doing too much work or, if you're not working on the activities that you want to work on, how can you change that? And I kind of feel that the Two of Cups is also like you and your higher self. So your higher self could be guiding you. You have this Three of Cups, again, a lot of assistance and help from the community. So if you need help with anything, I always say teamwork makes the dream work, especially right now. So I would be doing anything you can to work with other people. It's going to be, profitable. You have the Two of Wands here. Two of Wands says take the lead. So I feel like you need to kind of like take the lead in a situation. For some of you, obviously, this is like another person that could be taking the lead. But, there's two people working together on this Two of Wands. And, it's a card of kind of like he has the whole world in his hands. And I always say that it's like once he leaves the castle, he gets that whole world. The world opens up to him, right? And so I kind of get that feeling here, Virgo. It's like once you take some sort of leap of faith in your life, it could be in any area of your life. That's when the whole world is going to like open up here. With the Two of Cups, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is about like balancing two things together and mixing two things together. So, I feel for some of you, this could be a person where you mix well together if you're attracting love. For others, again, I feel that, I think this is true for everyone, that there are just other ways of working with things. I always say this is a card of alchemy, but it's a card of mixing two things together. Like literally, Pluto and Aquarius is all about mixing two things together. I am telling you right now, the people who are going to be very successful are going to be the people who are good at taking their experiences, life experiences, and like creating a business out of it. That's like mixing two things together. But it could be like a unusual business, like I don't know, reading tarot cards on YouTube or something like that, right? But even better than that, I would say it wouldn't just be reading tarot. It would be like coming up with a new way of doing it or something different. Like, trust me, I've been like racking my brain for years trying to come up with a new way to do this because, it's like things get stale on YouTube. But, if you can come up with new ways of doing old things, that's like mixing two things together in work or business, you will be very successful. With the Three of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands, quick success. Again, coming in for you. I also feel this is more communication. It's like there needs to be communication. This is like happy home or happy family, but like I said, if you're interested in a friend, it could be a friend of a friend or a friend of a family member I'm getting here as well, but take how it resonates, could be anyone. And like I said, it could be a new person. I feel like there needs to be communication here. I would really, again, if you are looking for love, I would definitely encourage socializing. I think I said this to you in one of your last readings, but you literally have like every single social card here. Like, are you kidding me? With the Two of Cups, Two of Wands, you have the lovers. There you go. So, I feel like this could definitely be a very strong connection. Kind of getting like power couple vibes off of these two on the Two of Wands. So I say go for it. And again, if you're not interested in love, and even if you are, you have every single card that I personally consider to be like a new direction, new path card, and based off of past disappointment. So like what the example is, like in YouTube, if you tried, in business, I'm thinking about YouTube today. In business, if you are, if you've tried something new in the past and it didn't work out, it might be a good time for you to try that again. It's like maybe you tried a marketing technique, or, maybe you just tried to start a business in the first place or whatever. I think now you have new knowledge and wisdom which again we kind of see here with the King of Swords. I also think in this last row, which is going to represent the good stuff, doesn't matter what shows up here, it's going to be good no matter what. You have this key, it says locked doors can now be opened. It's like you have the information you need to open a door that has previously been closed. So, I would say here that, in work or business, I really, for whatever reason, in work and business, I get this whole thing about like having tried something in the past. So sorry that I keep repeating myself, but, it just keeps popping into my head, so I have to say it. But, I would definitely try again, or kind of like move in that direction. If you've been waiting for love, this could be a person who has like become single, and that's the door that has been open. It's kind of funny because I feel like if you're attracting this person here, they're a little bit skeptical of. Definitely could be someone who is older than you, someone very mature. I almost feel like you look up to this person, or will if you haven't met them yet, and it could be any gender. But I feel like they've been out of a relationship for like a year or longer, but it's like maybe now they're finally kind of starting to open up. So again, this like locked door, I feel like maybe they took some time to focus on themselves or whatever, and now it's like becoming more open, or they are. You have the Ten of Cups, again, obviously happy home, happy family, and so if you move towards this person, if it's a new person, I feel like it could lead to a happy home, happy family. Again, if you don't want love, I feel that this is a dream that needs to be manifested on earth, and or it could be you building a community. I'm telling you right now, if you're like building a YouTube community or Facebook community or a community, this is going to be very successful for you. You have the King of Pentacles. Makes perfect sense. This would represent Taurus. It could be a Taurus coming in for you, by the way. You have basically everything here. It could be any sign, but Taurus, Libra, Gemini, the world, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Libra, or Capricorn definitely stand out to me here. So take it how it resonates. But what I would say here is if it's love, probably something permanent. I like the King of Pentacles for love because, he wants something permanent and stable. If you don't want love, and even if you do, actually, I feel a lot of you are very focused on permanent success. Like I said, with Uranus and Taurus, I think pretty much everyone is focused on, building something that lasts a long time. So if you're building a business, it's like you won't want some sort of fly-by-night, kind of relationship or business. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Three of Cups, more community cards. Again, a lot of benefits in your community. I feel like this comes up for you all the time. So, anything you can do to work with other people, which I'm a big fan of right now just because of the astrology. Anything you do to build a community, to build a following, all those things are going to be very successful. With the King of Swords, you have the Two of Swords. Yes, someone needs to open up. It's like normally Two of Swords, she has those swords crossed over her heart. She's protecting her heart, but she's not trusting her intuition. She has a blindfold on over her eyes. And so I feel like both people, you and them, need to trust your intuition here, so that, because this could turn into something great. But at the same time, I do not like the King and Queen of Swords together. To me, this looks like one of those situations where, and I feel like it's going to go either way for you here, Virgo, where, if this person doesn't open up to you, then, obviously it's not going to go anywhere. If they do open up over time, like I would be patient if you're meeting a new person and they're not completely open. And I think this person maybe will tell you that, but, it's like one of those things where, if you or them doesn't open up, it's not going to go anywhere with the King and Queen of Swords. I feel like that needs to change. I always say tarot is not set in stone. It is, again, you should take this with a grain of salt, as I always say. And, what I would say here is I think you could work on this and communicate with this person, then it's going to go great. But if not, then not. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups here. Or sorry, Seven of Cups. For some reason, I thought this was the Seven of Pentacles again. But again, Seven of Cups, good card, but I kind of feel like it's something that needs to come down to earth. Again, this part of the reading is the good stuff. So again, it doesn't matter what shows up here; it's going to be good no matter what. But I also, again, Two of Swords I feel good about, because to me that says someone is trusting their intuition in the good stuff. But the Seven of Cups is like, again, something that needs to come down to earth. Two cards that represent that. Ten of Cups and Seven of Cups. Right now, something is just a fantasy. So it's like you have a fantasy, whether it's love or otherwise, doesn't matter. It could be both, right? Could have to do with your business or your health. But I feel like more action needs to be put in to bring it down to earth. And that's what I'm getting here. Again, I really feel like the world is opening up to you. It's like the world is your oyster here, Virgo. But, it just needs just like a little bit more is what I would say. A little bit more of your secret sauce, right? We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this gift card, so there could be a gift coming in for you. I also, didn't I say this to you? It really looks to me like you're getting someone else's gift. I'm pretty sure I've been saying this to you for like 3 weeks now. It keeps popping into my head. And what I would say with that gift card, it's like, this could be another, and that could be why this person's closed off. It's like maybe they were for like someone else, but that person screwed up. I don't know. And I would say Scorpio, by the way, because I'm pretty sure I said last time Scorpio. I always get Scorpio on this, so take it how it resonates. Could be a water sign as well. You have this letter card. There is definitely communication coming in for you, or there needs to be communication. So there you go. I'm pretty sure I said last time shoot your shot, so shoot your shot, right? Who cares? You have this Pleasure Seekers card. Again, I feel if you're attracting love, that you two will be having a lot of fun together. More people as well. So if you want love, I would say socialize. I also feel if you want to grow your business, community, or, do anything in the community, do anything to build a community, any of those things would be very profitable, I feel. And if you already have a community, build it more. You have this doctor card. Pretty interesting. A lot of people have had this card this week. Again, I'm not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice. But, definitely, I kind of feel like this could be good health. You could be, like, working on your health. But I would just stay healthy. And finally, you have this soldier card here. I must get, like, a very serious energy here. It's like maybe something is too serious, or there's like too much of a plan. That's not usually how I read this card, but that's kind of like what's popping into my head. It's like, I would be careful of like needing things in work, business, love, and otherwise. Like if you have a plan, I think that's great, right? But, I've said since the beginning of the year, I think that now with the astrology, it's almost better to just, again, with Pluto and Aquarius, have that North Star, have that one thing that you want to work towards, like one goal, right? Work towards it, but be flexible in how you accomplish it, whatever it is. But pretty interesting reading here, Virgo. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.